Building a SaaS app used to feel like something only experienced developers or full teams could do. You needed to plan the product, write the code, build the database, set up login, handle payments, fix bugs, deploy the app, and somehow keep everything secure. But with Claude Code, the process becomes much faster if you know how to guide it correctly. In this video, you will learn how to build a SaaS app with Claude Code step by step, from the first idea to a working product structure. We will cover how to plan the app, choose the right features, create the project, set up authentication, design the database, build the core workflow, handle errors, prepare deployment, and avoid the common mistakes that make AI-built apps messy or unsafe. The goal is not just to generate random code. The goal is to use Claude Code like a real development assistant, so you can build a SaaS app that is clear, testable, secure, and ready to improve over time. Number 1. Understand the real goal. Building a SaaS app with Claude Code does not mean typing one vague prompt and waiting for a finished business to appear. A SaaS app is a software product people use online, usually with accounts, saved data, recurring payments, and a clear problem it solves again and again. Claude Code helps you build faster because it can work inside your project, read files, edit code, run commands, explain errors, and help you move from idea to working product. But Claude Code still needs direction. The real goal is not to make a random app quickly. The goal is to turn a clear customer problem into a small working product that can be tested, improved, secured, and eventually sold. Number 2, pick one painful problem. The first step is choosing a problem that is narrow enough to build, but important enough that someone might pay for it. Do not start with a huge idea like a full marketing platform, full accounting system, or full customer relationship management tool. Start with one specific pain. For example, a tool that turns client intake forms into clean proposals, a simple dashboard for tracking failed payments, or a scheduling tool for a very specific type of business. Claude Code can help you build the app, but it cannot rescue a weak idea. Before writing code, describe the user, the problem, the current annoying process, and the exact result your app should create. Number 3. Define the smallest useful version. A common mistake is trying to build the complete dream version first. That usually leads to messy code, unfinished features, and wasted time. The better move is to define the smallest version that still solves the core problem. This is your minimum useful product. It should have only the features needed to complete one valuable workflow. For a SaaS app, that usually means sign in, a simple dashboard, one main action, saved results, basic settings, and a way to limit or charge usage later. If the app cannot deliver value without 10 extra features, the idea is probably too broad. Make the first version small, clean, and testable. Number 4. Choose a simple stack. For most beginner-friendly SaaS builds, choose a stack that is common, well-documented, and easy to deploy. A practical setup is Next.js for the web app, TypeScript for safer code, Tailwind for styling, a hosted Postgres database, an authentication service, and a payment provider when you are ready to charge. You can use other tools, but do not choose unusual technology just because it looks advanced. Claude Code performs better when the stack has clear patterns and lots of examples. The more standard your structure is, the easier it is for Claude to understand the project, fix mistakes, and add features without breaking everything. Number 5. Prepare your accounts and tools. Before you ask Claude Code to build anything, prepare the basics. Install a code editor, Git, Node, and a package manager. Create a GitHub account for version control. Pick a database provider and deployment platform. Create accounts only where you are legally allowed to create them, especially for payments and business tools. Keep your secret keys private. Never paste production secrets into public code, screenshots, or prompts that may be saved in a place you do not control. Use local environment variables during development and hosted secret settings in production. This preparation looks boring, but it prevents the most common early failures. Number 6. Install Claude Code correctly. Claude Code is designed to work where developers already work, inside the terminal and alongside your normal tools. After installation, open your terminal, move into your project folder and start Claude Code from there. On the first launch, it may ask you to log in through a browser. Once connected, Claude can inspect your project, suggest edits, and ask for permission before running commands or changing files. This permission step matters. Do not approve commands blindly. Read what Claude wants to do, especially when it installs packages, deletes files, changes database settings, or modifies authentication code. Number 7. Create a project brief. Before writing code, create a short project brief. This brief tells Claude what you are building and what rules to follow. Include the app name, target user, main problem, main workflow, tech stack, design style, features included in version 1, features not included yet, and security rules. This document becomes the source of truth. Without it, Claude may guess, and those guesses can push the project in the wrong direction. A strong brief might say, build a simple SaaS for freelancers to generate client proposals from form answers. Version 1 includes login, proposal creation, saved proposals, export text, and a clean dashboard. No team accounts, no mobile app, no complex billing yet. Number 8. Add project memory. Claude Code can use project memory files to understand your preferences and project rules. Use this to explain how the app should be structured, what naming style to follow, what libraries to avoid, and how changes should be made. Keep this memory short and specific. Do not write a giant essay. Good memory says, always use TypeScript, keep components small, do not add new packages without asking, write accessible forms, and run tests before saying a task is complete. Bad memory says, make it amazing, modern, scalable, beautiful, and perfect. Claude follows clear rules better than emotional language. Number 9. Ask for a plan before edits. One of the most important habits is making Claude plan before it edits files. Do not start with build the whole app. Start with inspect the project and create a step-by-step plan before changing anything. Ask Claude to identify files it will create, packages it may need, database tables required, and possible risks. Then review the plan. If something is too big, tell Claude to split it into smaller tasks. Planning first helps avoid random architecture, duplicate files, broken dependencies, and features built in the wrong order. Treat Claude like a fast developer, not like a mind reader. Number 10. Build the skeleton first. The first coding task should be the app skeleton, not the entire SaaS. Ask Claude to create the basic layout, navigation, landing page placeholder, dashboard placeholder, authentication pages, and empty states. At this stage, the app does not need complex logic. It needs structure. You want to see where users land, how they sign in, where the main workflow lives, and how pages connect. After Claude makes changes, run the app locally and click through every page. If the skeleton feels confusing now, it will feel worse after you add database logic, billing, and user data. Number 11. Set up authentication. Authentication is where many SaaS projects start to get messy. Users need to sign up, sign in, sign out, reset access, and see only their own data. Ask Claude to implement authentication using your chosen provider and to explain how sessions are protected. Make sure private dashboard pages cannot be viewed by signed-out users. Make sure one user cannot access another user's records by changing an address or identifier. Test this manually with 2 test accounts. Authentication should not be treated as a design feature. It is a security boundary. If it is wrong, the whole product becomes risky. Number 12. Design the database carefully. A SaaS app is not just screens. It is data. Before Claude creates tables, ask it to propose a database schema in plain English. For a simple proposal app, you might need users, projects, proposals, templates, and usage events. Each table should have a clear purpose. Avoid storing everything in one giant table. Also avoid creating 20 tables before you know what the app needs. Ask Claude to include ownership fields so every record belongs to the correct user. Then ask it to create migrations or setup instructions, depending on your database tool. After setup, test creating, reading, updating, and deleting records. Number 13, build one core workflow. Now build the one workflow that makes the SaaS useful. This is the heart of the product. For a proposal tool, the workflow could be: create a client, answer a few questions, generate a proposal draft, edit it, and save it. For an analytics tool, it could be: connect data, view a report, and export insights. Do not build settings, notifications, team roles, admin panels, and billing before the core action works. Ask Claude to implement the workflow in small steps. First, the form, then validation, then saving data, then displaying results, then editing, then error handling. Number 14, use strong prompts for features. The quality of Claude's output depends heavily on how you ask. A weak prompt says, add billing. A strong prompt says, add a subscription plan system with a free plan and a paid plan, protect premium actions on the server, show upgrade prompts in the dashboard, and do not change the existing authentication flow unless necessary. Include acceptance criteria. Say exactly how you will know the feature is done. For example, a signed-out user is redirected, a free user can create 3 items, a paid user can create unlimited items, and errors are shown clearly. Clear prompts reduce rework. Number 15, work in small commits. Before each major change, commit your current working state in Git. This gives you a safe point to return to. Claude Code can move quickly, and sometimes a large change creates unexpected problems. If you commit often, mistakes are easier to fix. A good rhythm is simple. Build one small feature, run the app, test it, fix errors, commit it, then continue. Do not wait until the whole app is done. Also use branches for bigger experiments. If Claude proposes a risky refactor, create a separate branch first. Speed is useful only when you can safely undo bad changes. Number 16, make the interface obvious. A SaaS app should not make users think too hard. The dashboard should clearly show what the user can do next. Buttons should use plain words. Empty states should explain what to create. Forms should have labels, helpful placeholders, and validation messages. Ask Claude to improve the user interface for clarity, not just style. A beautiful app that is confusing will not convert. A simple app that guides the user clearly is usually stronger. After each screen is built, ask, does a new user know what this page is for in 5 seconds? If not, simplify the page. Number 17, add server-side protection. Never rely only on front-end checks for important rules. If a free user is limited to 3 projects, that limit must be checked on the server too. If only the owner can view a record, the server must verify ownership. If a paid feature is locked, the server must enforce that lock. Claude may create interface checks first because they are visible, but interface checks alone are not enough. Ask Claude to audit the feature and confirm which rules are protected on the server. This is especially important for billing, private data, admin actions, file uploads, and AI usage. Number 18, add payments carefully. Billing should come after the core workflow works. When you add payments, keep the first version simple. One free plan and one paid plan is enough. Ask Claude to create a plan model, checkout flow, customer status handling, and a way to sync subscription changes. Payment systems often use webhooks, which are messages sent from the payment provider back to your app when something changes. Your app should handle successful payments, failed payments, cancellations, and plan changes. Do not unlock paid features only because the user clicked a button. Unlock them only after the payment status is confirmed. Number 19, handle errors like a real product. Early SaaS apps often fail because errors are ignored. A real product needs helpful messages when something goes wrong. If the database is unavailable, the user should not see a blank screen. If a form field is missing, the app should explain what to fix. If payment fails, the app should show the next step. Ask Claude to add error boundaries, form validation, loading states, and empty states. Then test bad situations on purpose. Submit empty forms. Use a slow connection. Try a signed-out dashboard page. Open a record from the wrong account. Good error handling makes the app feel trustworthy. Number 20. Add tests before the app grows. Testing does not need to be complicated at the beginning. Start with the most important rules. Can users sign in? Can they create the main item? Can they only see their own data? Are free plan limits enforced? Does the core workflow save correctly? Ask Claude to add tests for these critical paths. Also ask it to explain how to run the tests and what each test protects. Do not aim for perfect coverage before launch. Aim to protect the parts that would break trust if they failed. As the app grows, tests become a safety net for faster development. Number 21. Use Claude for debugging. When something breaks, do not just paste the final error and say fix this. Give Claude the full context. Explain what you tried, what you expected, what happened instead, and which command produced the error. Ask Claude to inspect the relevant files before changing code. This prevents random fixes. If the first fix does not work, ask Claude to compare the current error with the previous error and explain what changed. Debugging with Claude works best when you move step by step. Do not approve 5 different fixes at once. Fix one problem, run the app, then continue. Number 22. Connect external tools only when needed. Claude Code can connect to external tools and data sources through Model Context Protocol servers. This can be useful for tools like issue trackers, databases, documentation, or monitoring systems. But do not connect everything on day one. Every connection adds complexity and potential security risk. Use external tool connections when they remove real manual work. For example, if you keep copying issue details into Claude, connect the issue tracker. If Claude needs to inspect database structure often, connect the database in a safe development environment. Keep production access restricted. Claude should never get more access than the task actually requires. Number 23. Use subagents for focused work. As the app grows, the main conversation can become crowded. Specialized subagents can help with focused tasks like security review, test writing, documentation, or code-based research. The key is to give each subagent a narrow job. A security reviewer should look for data leaks, missing ownership checks, unsafe secrets, and weak permission rules. A test writer should add tests for existing behavior, not redesign the product. A documentation helper should explain setup and usage clearly. This keeps the main development flow cleaner, but do not use agents to avoid thinking. You still need to review the results. Number 24. Automate checks with hooks. Hooks let you run actions automatically at certain points in the Claude Code workflow. For a SaaS project, hooks can help run formatting, linting, tests, or safety checks after edits. This is useful because it catches problems early. For example, after Claude changes files, a hook can run the type checker. If the type checker fails, you know immediately. Start simple. Do not create a complicated automation system before the project is stable. A few reliable checks are better than a large setup nobody understands. Automation should protect the project, not make development harder. Number 25. Build an admin view last. Many builders create admin dashboards too early. In the first version, you may only need simple internal visibility, users, created items, payments, and errors. Build admin tools after the user workflow works. Keep admin access locked down. Never allow normal users to reach admin pages by guessing an address. Ask Claude to add role checks on the server and to hide admin navigation from regular accounts. Also log important admin actions. If you edit user data manually, you should know who did it and when. Admin features are powerful, so they should be small, protected, and tested. Number 26. Prepare deployment. A local app is not a SaaS yet. It becomes real when it runs reliably online. Before deployment, check environment variables, database connection, build command, authentication callback settings, payment webhook settings, and allowed domains. Ask Claude to create a deployment checklist specific to your stack. Then deploy a staging version first if possible. Staging is a safe copy of your app where you can test without affecting real users. After deployment, test sign up, sign in, the main workflow, payments in test mode, emails, redirects, and database writes. Do not assume it works because the build succeeded. Number 27. Watch costs and limits. SaaS apps can become expensive if you ignore usage. Database reads, file storage, emails, AI calls, background jobs, and payment events can all create costs. If your app uses an AI model inside the product, you must limit usage by plan. Do not offer unlimited AI generation unless you understand the cost. Track usage per user and per workspace. Add limits before launch, not after abuse happens. Ask Claude to add usage events and simple plan checks. Also add clear messages when limits are reached. Cost control is not only about saving money, it keeps the business model alive. Number 28. Review security before launch. Before real users enter the app, do a security pass. Ask Claude to review authentication, database access, secret handling, server-side checks, file uploads, payment status, and user ownership rules. Then manually test the most important risks. Can one user open another user's data? Can a free account access paid features? Are secret keys exposed in client code? Are errors leaking private information? Are admin pages protected? Do not skip this because the app looks finished. SaaS apps handle accounts, data, and sometimes payments. A small security mistake can damage trust faster than a missing feature. Number 29. Improve the product with real feedback. After the first working version is live, the next step is not adding every idea. Watch what users actually do. Where do they get stuck? Which screen causes confusion? Which feature do they use repeatedly? Which feature do they ignore? Ask Claude to help analyze feedback and turn it into small development tasks. Keep a simple issue list with clear priorities. Fix blockers first, then improve activation, then improve retention, then add expansion features. A SaaS product grows through focused iteration. Claude Code can speed up each cycle, but the direction should come from user behavior. Number 30. Keep the workflow disciplined. The best way to build with Claude Code is to stay organized. Clear brief, small tasks, plan first, review changes, test often, commit often, and protect user data. Do not let speed turn into chaos. When the app starts getting messy, pause and ask Claude to map the codebase, identify duplicate logic, and suggest a safe refactor plan before editing. When adding a feature, define the user goal, the files involved, the acceptance criteria, and the tests. When something breaks, debug one issue at a time. This is how Claude Code becomes a serious development partner instead of a random code generator.